Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Thursday, March 30th. And this is going to be the third of three videos I'm going to put up involving the announcement that the grand jury looking into the campaign finance fraud case against Donald Trump has voted to return an indictment against the former president. And that indictment is under seal, and that indictment should be unsealed sometime next week, at which point Donald Trump will be arrested and arraigned, and we will find out what those charges are. So the first video was just a reading on Trump and how he's feeling and what the events of next week might look like. My second reading was on Stormy Daniels and her reaction to this. And then this reading is going to be on Alvin Bragg, the district attorney in Manhattan. And I want to know, how is he feeling now that this indictment has been returned? How's he feeling? How's he feeling about this case? How's he feeling about this overall situation? So let's get a read on him for entertainment purposes only. Okay. King of Pentacles. I think this is maybe his view of Donald Trump, that he's got the King of Pentacles. It's about the King of Pentacles. That's what he's thinking about. He's got him. And then it's the walking away card. So I think now in the walking away card, it's leaving this situation. It could be that he's looking at it that we're through the first phase of this and we're getting ready for the trial, because you do have the moon blocking the sun in that. But it could also very well be that he's looking at putting this guy away. I don't think, though, that in this particular case, I think this is probably more, okay, that craziness is starting to, or this craziness is about to come to close, but now we're ready to go. This is going to the next phase. That's kind of, and there you go, phases of the moon, right? So he's getting ready for the next phase with Donald Trump. Obviously, this case is not going away. It's going to consume a lot of resources in his office for the next 6 months to a year. But it's about Donald Trump and going to the next phase of this case. In the past, we have the Four of Wands. This is, he was brought into this post. He campaigned on serving justice. If Trump had committed crimes, he was going to hold them to account. He was welcomed into the office. It looked like he was walking away from the case. It could be that he just felt that they didn't have an airtight enough case, which caused a bunch of prosecutors to resign. But this case has come forward. So now it's opening day. This is opening day for the DA. So opening day is now in the past. We're now moving on to the next step. Current situation is the Six of Swords. It's moving to calmer waters. Okay, so it's been tumultuous times, and Trump over the last week to 10 days has been posting about taking your country back, and posting pictures of himself with a baseball bat next to Alvin Bragg's picture. He's trying to stir up his base. And I think Alvin Bragg currently is doing everything he can to make sure that this goes smoothly and that there isn't trouble. Because if there's going to be trouble, it's really going to happen next week when Trump isn't brought into court and indicted. Current situation is the Knight of Pentacles. This is going to be going forward with his ideas, and moving with that next stage on it. If it was really low energy, this might be bribery or something like that. But I think this is going forward with the next step, and how do we keep this ball rolling to get a conviction? Then we've got the lesson to be learned is the Fool card. So this is brand new. This is a brand new journey. Nobody's ever done this before. Nobody's indicted a former sitting president. So you have to be careful what you're doing. Go, come up with these ideas and move forward with it. And what happens. You got to do your job. Nobody said the job was going to be easy, but he's going forward with that job. And so how's he feeling? He's feeling right now that getting ready to move the next step, but he has to make sure everything remains calm as he goes through this new stage and he doesn't have much to go off of because it's all novel. The outcome, nostalgia. This is kind of a short-term read, so I don't view this as the elite white male getting off. If this was a long-term read, it could be that. But I think maybe the thought is like, when he went to law school and he wanted to be a prosecutor, you go in with ideals, and this could be the ideals. This is also the story, I don't know what his background is, but he's a black man who's the head DA in the District of Manhattan, prosecuting a former president. That's some big stuff that wouldn't have happened in the good old days of the 1950s or the 1850s. So I think there's some idealism here that, this is his time to shine. Whether or not he succeeds or not, let's just park that. Let's appreciate where we are right now in history, that a wealthy, elite, white male who is politically connected and very powerful is being held to account. That's amazing. Underneath it all, hard work. He's got a hardworking team, and he's got a lot more work to do. But with this card, it's the apprentice card, which Donald Trump is, the apprentice. But it's also just doing the work, getting down to business and doing the work. So I don't think they're going to rest on their laurels for even a second on this one. He's going to, right now I think he understands there's a lot of work to do, and they're up to the task of getting that work done. Okay, so that's how Alvin Bragg is currently feeling about this situation. How about a quick little four-carder on what his concerns are for next week? Okay, what are Alvin Bragg's concerns just to get him through next week? Because I can imagine next week is going to be a big deal for him. So we can just get a quick little four-carder on what his big concerns are for next week. We get the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Big push. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a lot of grifting done next week. Donald Trump will absolutely, positively use this as a way to fundraise. And, money will be changing hands with the politically connected, bribes will be paid, so on and so forth, as he basically starts pulling out all the stops to try and avoid being held accountable for this. Okay. God, I wonder if they would, how would you even settle this? Okay, so anyways, how is he feeling about next week? What are his big concerns for next week? Let's see. There's the walking away card again. Okay, he's concerned about the next phase. He's concerned about the next phase of this. It's going to be a huge burden. It's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be unpleasant work because this guy's getting away with it. He's been getting away with it for a long time, and it's going to be difficult to nail him down. He's good at not getting nailed down. Here it comes again. There's your Ace of Pentacles. Okay. He's going to the next phase. He has to show how Trump basically stole this money. Campaign finance is about not reporting the money, and because it's income. And there's your income. Needs to make sure that he's got it locked down tight, that he shows how the money got transferred from one person to the next, and it's not going to be easy. Now, you would think it's going to be easy, but the problem is that the witnesses can be demeaned. But you would think you've got enough documentation to show this, and it might just be that it's more a problem with the jury than it is with the documentation. And underneath it, this one came up too. There's that huge disappointment. When I did the indictment reading, this card came up as well, and there's heartbreak. Now, I don't know if the heartbreak means that there's violence and that it's something that he couldn't prevent even though he tried. And I've got this mild underlying concern that does that mean that he doesn't successfully prosecute the case? Now, I'm not throwing on the prosecution of that case. That's 6 months to a year away, and there's a lot of free will and stuff that can happen in that time. So we're just going to let it go at that point. And again, I'm only here to celebrate the fact that justice seems to have woken up, got out of bed, and is holding somebody to account. Okay, so that's my reading on Alvin Bragg. We will see what happens next week. I think he's just trying to get through next week so that things calm down, and then they just got a whole lot of work to do for the next 6 months. Okay, hope you enjoyed this reading. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, a thumbs up, share it with friends if you want to share, and have a great, great afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.